Disclaimer. The content of this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Users should not disregard or delay in obtaining medical advice for any medical condition they may have, and should seek the assistance of their healthcare professionals for any such conditions. And now...
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben and Amy on The Heavy Truth.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome in.
I'm Amy.
I'm Ben.
Welcome to another episode of The Heavy Truth.
Yes, another episode. Mm-hmm.
Happy post-Halloween.
Happy post-Halloween.
Or Halloween.
Halloween is, yes, that's very spicy.
So that's what the producer Mike always says, Halloween. It's like, Amy, it's spelled with an A.
There's an A in it. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
Halloween, All Hallows Eve. Halloween, yeah.
Hallow.
Whatever.
Hello. So how is trick-or-treating? Do you have trick-or-treating here, Amy?
We have trick-or-treating here.
Okay.
Nobody ever wants to answer the door.
Mm-hmm. So no tricks or treats?
Well, to be honest, I usually dress up.
Do you do your typical ones like some, no offense, ladies, I'm just throwing out there, some ladies do, slutty nurse, slutty vampire, basically all the same, just like lingerie and something?
I mean...
Or is that what producer Mike wants, but not what? Oh
boy.
There it is. Welcome in.
Yeah, no, I have done medical before because I have all those, I already have that costume wear.
All the accoutrement.
Yeah.
Rubber gloves and things. Scrubs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always easy. But, I like to scare people. I'm a big...
So basically you just get up in the morning, no makeup, and answer the door. Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. It's fun for the kids, right? Mm-hmm. And we do get a lot of trick-or-treaters
Jump out of the trunk
here.
of your car, things like that.
I've actually dressed in costume and sat on the porch like I was a stuffed, scary person.
Scarecrow or something.
Yeah, like Jason or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people, and now that, we have a, Nest camera or whatever, it would be hilarious to do that again because you capture all that stuff. I get stuck in those reels on Instagram or Facebook, like of the scaring ones. Mm-hmm. And now, of course.
And laugh.
Yes, I know. So I am and actually my mom also is one that she'll open the door and she will scare people. So we kind of like Halloween here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we had fun. How about you?
Nice. Yeah, we love Halloween. The gays, we all like to
dress up and be
slutty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Do you get a lot of trick-or-treaters?
The subdivision that I live in, we do our trick-or-treats on a trick-or-treat on a separate day.
Oh, not the actual
than
nut day?
The city of Milwaukee does.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't live in the city of Milwaukee. We live in the county of, but not the city of. And so we have ours on a separate day. Mm-hmm. And we do get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Although remember we had snow and I had bought all of this candy and then it had snowed. So we had a lot of candy left. And so I took it into the clinic, which was great. But this year, yes, we did get a lot of trick-or-treaters, so we were well prepared, and we give out good candy. I don't give out the crap candy or, pretzels or any crap like that. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. No,
Mm-mm.
It's all about moderation.
Moderation.
As we talk about,
yes.
And you have to give the chocolate candy because, like you said, nobody wants what are those bee things, like the honey.
Ugh. Bit of honey?
Bit of honey.
I like those.
Those are good.
Those are good. I like them. But nobody wants those ones that are wrapped in the orange or the black paper, those peanut butter or whatever those. I know, Mike, you thought those are good, right? Yeah. You're a fat, that's because you were a fat kid, right?
That was Fat Mike loved those.
Yeah, me too. But I never liked those either.
Gross.
I was always
Chocolate
about
candy,
the
guys.
chocolate, right? The Snickers, the Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah,
absolutely.
Smarties. Those were always good. I like
Amy
those.
wants Sour Patch Kids.
I like those.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Sometimes
I'll
sweet,
take
sometimes
those.
salty.
Just like me.
Yes. It's exactly what I think of when
I know. I figured. I said it before you were going to say it and make fun of me. But
So what are we talking about this time, Amy?
social support and how important it is to have a good supportive
Like a bra.
system. Well, that too, right? Absolutely. You have to be supported.
Yep.
I don't care if you're wearing it or it's around you, in other humans and your family and friends.
Yep.
Important.
Absolutely.
Important part of a successful weight loss journey. And
Successful undergarments. Supportive undergarments.
and you definitely need those even
And-
more
and
so
people.
after weight loss
People,
surgery
right?
or weight
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
So support is super important. And unfortunately, we see a lot of it where people do not have the support.
No.
And it can truly sabotage their weight loss journeys
Yeah,
and
it can
efforts.
definitely make or break someone's weight loss journey.
Support comes in many different forms, right? Emotional, it can be practical, inspiring. You need that positivity around you. And if you do not have it, I can see someone go from being completely successful to derailing, going off track, and, I can say falling off a cliff, but just truly not,
How very Thelma and Louise of you.
right?
Off the cliff.
Just it makes a big difference.
So what do you consider emotional support, practical support, and inspiring support, since you named those?
So emotional support is just someone that you have that you can lean on, someone you can talk to, someone who is there for you emotionally. Okay. And then, when we have practical support, that could be someone just that's available to you so you can maybe go out and exercise. So you can maybe go to a support group.
Oh, yeah.
And then, inspiring, you have someone who's positive around you. So maybe somebody who's already been on a weight loss journey or who is on a weight loss journey or someone who just supports you in your journey.
And you're lucky I'm all three of those for you, Amy.
You know what I am? Yes, you're a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but absolutely.
But it's inspiring.
It is. Yeah, because we don't need no like dud. I don't want a Debbie Downer. And even as much as you may pick on me,
Yeah.
I thrive more on just kind of being humorous. And again, whether or not you're picking on me or not, I know you truly care. That's just kind of Ben's way. And if you were all serious and sweet all the time,
And I hated you.
yes, I would be like, he does not, because I know when you don't like people. I know it.
Oh, they know and I don't like them.
Yes. But you're just like,
And those of you listening who
Okay.
I don't like know that I don't like you.
you're just like, okay. And then someone will say, oh, it's really nice. And I'm like, And then I'm thinking in my head,
He hates her.
he hates her. And I can be the same way, but you're definitely a little bit more, you're not as subtle. How about that?
My husband says I'm like Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
cerulean, Amy.
Do you want me to see if Jody wants to talk about this part of it at all?
Of support?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
Jody, our friend from the pod.
Yes,
Hi,
we-
Jody. He's coming.
Yes, we may, this is live,
Is it Jody
actually.
with a Y or Jody with an I?
Why?
Okay. Not a Judith, but a Jody.
Jody. Yep. And this is new for us. We've never had a special guest per se. So we'll see if, he's available and to talk about the importance of support. And, but, as we're kind of finding out whether or not we're going to, phone a friend and he's going to answer, we'll continue on. But where do you feel as though people, where can they find individuals to help them in their journey?
I think the first thing is, and I've always thought this to myself, and I've said this to my patients, is that you have to look within yourself first, right? you have to know that this is the journey you're going to be on. This is what you want to do. This is where it's going, right? Because if you can't support yourself, you can't expect everybody's going to support something you don't want to do. So if you don't want to do it, that's where the problem's going to be. So until you want to do it, that's what you need, right? But I mean, I think support comes in a lot of different forms. Like you said, it could be your best friend. It could be your spouse. It could be your parent, a sister, a family member. It may be someone on a Facebook group. It may be someone that you know from work, right? It could be someone that you met at the gym, like you said, the inspirational, right? You talk to a trainer, they become, yes, you're paying them to do a job, but after a while, you have more of you build repertoire with that person. But I think support comes in many forms, right? And sometimes it's medical support, right? From your providers, from your dietitian, from your health coach. And I think the biggest support is for people that are going through the same journey with you. But I think you also need to let these people know the type of support that you want, right? Because everyone feels that they're being supported or that they're being supportive, but sometimes it can come across a little bit different, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it could come across as being preachy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Or, and you nailed it too. You said, people have to be ready,
Yeah.
right? And I will never bring up anything about weight loss or losing weight or ever to people. If they come to me and ask questions, then I will say something. And at the same time, people that are around me, I don't judge them. I don't judge them if they have, some extra weight on or, but I think people do, like, truly, Ben, like, even like our patients, do we ever get, I don't, maybe you do, we never get treats at work.
Oh, no, because it's funny because I do get some things from patients. Like they bring me in like I thought of you and here's this.
Here's some apples.
Not that, no. God, you can keep the apples. Anybody listening to whatever, keep the apples unless you're making a pie. But the belief behind that is if you're bringing in something like that, then you're not supporting the process, right? Because I think when I first started working in the area of obesity medicine, I didn't want to bring in stuff to the office because I thought, it's going to look down on because I'm bringing in the donuts on a Friday for everybody or whatever. But
right. No, I know. And that's just that I'm like, yes, we're weight management, but we like snacks, so we always have to snag snacks from like the other,
the other specialties.
Yes, in our clinic. And
well, GI, I let you know, you guys have a lot of stuff in your clinic that you're always like, come and have some. Absolutely.
But again, support is super important. And I think, do we have...
Jody, can you hear us? Let's see.
I don't hear Jody.
I don't hear Jody either.
Jody, are you there?
Still no Jody.
Still no Jody. We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. You let us know when Jody can hear us. But so having that support. But like you said,
Jody, can you hear us?
I can hear.
Oh, look, we have our special guest. Jody, welcome to an episode of The Heavy Truth.
Welcome in, Jody.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Me too.
Yeah, yes. We are super excited to have you, and thank you for agreeing. I know we were talking about this before, but Jody, do you just want to give a little background as to your story so you can tell your story and I don't divulge anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm more than willing to share. So I've had a whirlwind of a year of a journey for sure. I actually connected with your producer Mike at work one day and asked him about weight management because I'd been struggling for years. I had gone through every diet you can, everything you can try. I had tried it, and I had successfully lost weight when I was younger, but struggled for years since my kids were born, really. And so I finally got to a point where I said, I need something different. And Mike connected me with a weight management program, and I got connected with you, Amy. And you shared some awesome ideas and opportunities. And then you asked me at the end, are you willing to consider bariatric surgery? And I was at that time. I'd finally gotten to a point where I just needed something drastic to help me. And I connected with a surgeon and was able to work through the process of having gastric sleeve surgery in December of last year. And I have been working very hard since then to get to where I am today. And I'm very happy with not just about my success in terms of losing weight, but really my journey and trying to connect with people on this journey, honestly. It's been very insightful and very exciting to see the connections with different people on this journey. So yeah, that's just kind of the overview. I'm more than willing to share more if you have other questions or thoughts or things we can chat about.
Well, that's fantastic. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your success. And I think the hardest step, and for me at least, along my weight loss journey, and I don't know, Jody, if you agree, is to coming to that decision that as a person that struggled with my weight in my entire life, is that I needed to have an intervention like bariatric surgery. I also had the sleeve, but I think that was the biggest thing to have that talk with myself, saying I had to have that, the drastic step, like you said.
Agreed. What was hard was I'd lost weight in the past before, and I thought it was in a good way, but I didn't have the right systems in place. I didn't have the support that I needed to be successful long term. And yes, I was successful for a few years, but I didn't have the strength of people supporting me the way I needed it at that time. So that was a big change that happened for sure.
And you're very open. You tell most people, right? Or everyone, like if anyone asks.
Absolutely. I am more than willing to share my journey. It's funny. I actually shared with my team at work, even exactly what was going on, because obviously they're going to see a physical difference in me. And I don't want them to assume that this was just something that, this is what I did. No, I needed them to understand, I'm eating differently. And yes, I'm not going to do potlucks right now because I'm in a journey, and this part of my journey doesn't allow me to, just eat anything. I'm gratefully at a point where I can, venture out and try a little more right now. And I can do some of those things that my team enjoys. But yeah, I'm very honest and upfront, because if I'm not, then it's harder for me, actually, if people don't understand what I'm going through, is what I've learned.
I do have one more question. Have you lost any friendships because of your weight loss? Or people that have become a little bit more distant? Because it's very common.
I have not experienced that. I've actually gained more friendships.
Wow.
And I think that's because I've been very purposeful with how I've communicated about my journey. Because I've been so open, and, the friendships that I've had are really about wanting to support me. And they were not all about food. I think, some of the challenges is when it's about getting together and going out to eat all the time, or getting together and it's all about food celebrations. It's hard to reframe that, especially in the early stages of losing weight. How do we get that support system? But even through the holidays last year, I experienced a different support from my family as I was able to, enjoy time together, but not necessarily the same sweet treats that I had in the past, or the same foods that I had in the past, because I was very fresh off of my surgery at that time.
Yeah, because it was around Thanksgiving, right? You said?
December 12th.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
Of last. So I was already being conscientious of what I was eating through Thanksgiving and all the holidays, but Yeah, December 12th was my surgery last year.
Yeah, I think that's super important. And it probably makes sense as to, you said that you had a lot of support around you because you were very open with it and you surrounded yourself with those, individuals. But it is very common for people to lose friends or family over that because whether or not they're jealous or, like you said, they're not partying anymore, having dinners out anymore. But and even, breakups after surgeries and major weight loss is very common. I think Ben looked up
Well, and
statistically.
Amy, I will also say, I was nervous that people would be judgmental. You go back to people judging for the easy button, which we all know this is not an easy button.
Exactly.
But that's where my fear was truly, was that people would be judgmental and it would be harder to do this because people would judge that. But gratefully, I had a support system around me, my immediate family, my wife and my kids, and then my siblings and my parents. They were all super supportive of my journey. And that really helped so much in being able to accept this, even personally, because it takes a lot to take that step and say, I need this.
Yes.
So
absolutely. It takes that step, right? And you made a good point, lifelong support, right? Because when we don't have that support, that's when things can go awry, right? And I think that lifelong support is the biggest thing that, like he said, that's one of the biggest things that we need as individuals going through a weight loss journey.
What do you feel as though keeps you, sorry, Mike, were you going to say something? What do you think what has helped you stay accountable leading up to this 1 year mark?
Again, doing this together with someone in terms of what we're eating. So my wife has also been very conscious of her food as well. And we've been working kind of on a journey together to be healthier together. I'm not going to say, we avoid all foods, that we used to. That's not the case. But really doing this together is really the only way we have been able to be successful. And looking for the future, we're going to continue to build in some of those things. It's not saying we're not having sweet treats or nice, fun things here and there, but that constant support of each other and being together through it all has been what has been super successful for us.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Anything in moderation. That's what I always say.
Anything in moderation, right? It's a lifestyle change, not a diet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jody, are you comfortable sharing with maybe not the weight, but like a percentage body weight loss? Do you have that? Do you know that?
I'm very comfortable. I don't mind. So I started at 313 pounds. And now I am right around the 170 mark. So I've lost a little over 140 pounds total.
Amazing.
Yeah. So now, now the challenge is the mindset of maintaining, and this is a happy place to be. And how do I keep that maintenance and still, have the right supports? And that's where we really are finding ourselves now, is how do we maintain and encourage this long term now? The weight loss part, yes, as hard as it was, we've been successful, but now how do I move forward? So, yeah.
Well, yeah,
a bit of a challenge.
that comes with in multiple forms, but like you said, family support, but also community support, so support groups, and talking with whether it's other social media groups or whatnot. But we have our support group. I lead that. I've been very open about that as well with our program, and although it's only monthly, it still helps people. I see people are, they continue to have great success when they're, come to the support group monthly, and it helps them, just be there and listen to other people's journeys as well.
She leads it, Ben.
Yeah, of course. She leads it. Yeah.
All right.
This is her podcast.
You know what?
Mike,
it
We're
is
just guests.
it is a great support group. It is a great support group. I've been there and I have experienced it. So lots of great different topics to share, whether it's how exercise is a part of the journey or changing our mindset for food. It is a great support group and lots of good people in the group.
Well, Jody, I wish you continued success and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Of course.
your input and giving us your personal journey, and so proud of you. You know that.
Thanks for being a friend of the pod.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jody. We love you.
We love you too. Thanks. Bye.
Jody brought up a good point about that lifelong support, but what happens when there are things that are not as supportive or people that are not as supportive? Because not everybody in the along your weight loss journey is going to be supportive, or like you said about losing the friends, because not everybody along my weight loss journey was supportive. And even some of the people that I talk to that come into the clinic will say, oh, like Jody had said, oh, you took the easy way out, or all these things. What are your thoughts behind all of that?
It's going to happen,
yeah?
Unfortunately. And you have to pick and choose if that's something you're willing to deal with or if it's not.
Right.
And if they're not on your current path, then you have to realign yourself with people that do inspire you.
Or tell them, right? Because sometimes, sometimes it's, I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's not being supportive. Sometimes it can be things within your own family or relatives, like being Hispanic. Growing up, if I went to my grandmother's house, you would eat. And then you went next door to visit my aunt and you would eat, and blah, blah, and so on and so forth. And if you didn't eat, then they were offended. Right?
Yeah.
And so now I had to speak up and say something, right? And if they were going to be offended by that, now I had to realize that was on them. It's not that they weren't being supportive, but that was their culture and what they were raised in, right? Or, our mothers were part of the Clean Your Plate Club, right? So to this day, my mom will turn to me sometimes and will say, oh, hey, do you want the rest of this? And I look at her and I say, why would I? No. Why do you think I would want that? If I wanted, I would ask or whatever. But it's just those small things, even going to a restaurant, because of the fact that I had bariatric surgery, my portion sizes look small. Sometimes the plate looks untouched. And of course, as a server, when I was a server in the past, before
Did you not like your meal?
Yes. Did you not like your meal? Oh,
Yeah.
I can get you something else. No, it was great. But did you not, you don't want something?
Yeah.
Then I literally say, I've had bariatric surgery and I can't eat that much. Then they're all like,
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yep, for sure.
So,
Yes.
but I've lost friends. I've lost friends over that. And I know you had said something to Jody about changes in people's relationships. I thought it was interesting. So I looked up a few things. So when people gain weight, so studies show that weight gain shows little to no correlation with divorce. However, the divorce rate has doubled with people who have had bariatric surgery, and it's about 41% of divorce post-bariatric surgery.
That's interesting.
So things that I've read are things like, the spouse becomes more outgoing, becomes more talkative than the other spouse, becomes X, Y, or Z, or the one spouses who maybe preferred their wife or their husband at a larger weight, now is not physically attractive because they lost the weight to them, or vice versa.
Yeah, and I mean, it could be insecurities, like you said, from the other spouse or whatever, and I think also there's oftentimes some, maybe underlying issues going on,
Right.
not necessarily just the weight loss, but if there's a breakup or a demise or something of a once decent relationship, it's not all about the weight loss itself, but you're right. I mean,
But it definitely plays a factor into it.
I mean, I see it. I see it in my my own work. Patients that come in to see me or people that have had surgery, and next thing I know, they're no longer together, and I'm like, whoa, So I mean, it is common, and it's unfortunate, because maybe one is wants to be healthier, and the other one wants to stay doing what they're currently doing, and they just don't align anymore. But it's unfortunate. So again, surrounding yourself with support is going to be super important, because there are sabotagers out there, and we all know them. And whether they try to food push you, or they shame you, or make you feel bad for what you're doing, or saying, oh, what are you going to have? 2 pretzels today. We all have those people. But whether it's joking or not, sometimes, it just wears on people. And I feel as though you don't always, I don't know, people just they don't really know where to go for support, especially if they have a small circle.
True.
Right? So
I think one of the biggest things, though, is that you can actually let the people closest to you know how best they can support you, right? Because people sometimes don't realize they're being unsupported, unsupportive, not supportive.
Yeah.
To someone unless they're told, right? It's almost like when I told my mom, like, stop asking if I want to finish that, right? She understands, right?
But she didn't mean no harm by that.
No, she didn't mean any harm by that. Of course not. But we become offended quickly.
Yeah.
Because you think that everybody should know that I'm on this journey and I'm living this way. And everybody should take that. But people, like I said, people don't understand. So take into account that maybe these people don't understand. And so you, as the individual along your journey, needs to let them know that you're along this journey and how best they can be supportive of you.
Right. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to keep making jokes at me because it's funny to me. But there are some people that they don't take it as well, right? So for me to have 2 or 3 bites of something, that's truly all I want anyway, But some people may be offended by some comments. So sometimes you have to read the room, but
I'll read the room.
I'm still giving you the go ahead to pick.
Trust
because
me. I'll read the room.
Once you stop picking on me, then I know, did we break up?
Yeah.
Are we fighting?
We broke up. We broke up. Oh, I like to tease and play like that. Like we were recently, a little off story, but we were recently out with some friends, and I was wearing a shirt, and my friend came up and hugged me, and he said, "Oh, you look so skinny." I said something, and he said, "I almost bought that shirt too today." And I said, "Probably not in this size."
Oh gosh.
And then he gave me a hug, and when he hugged, he looked on the back of my shirt, and he was like, "Oh no, girl, it was going to be in that size." And I was like, "Doubt it, but okay." So it's just little funny things, right? I mean, and yes, I joke with you about a bite or two because sometimes I'm like, "Oh, that's all that I wanted." I'm like, "Okay."
Is that really? No,
really?
Truly. I'm not a dessert person.
Because you didn't have
with.
a sip or two of that dirty martini.
Well, we're not.
Does Ben like dessert?
Yes, I like. What was that? The
banana bread pudding.
The banana.
Is that what it was?
Pineapple upside
down bread pudding at the hotel in San Antonio during the obesity conference.
Yeah, but to
Every
be
night.
fair, like 3 or 4 of us split it.
We did share it. Yes.
I mean, whether or not you wanted
Amy
to share or
only
not.
needed a bite.
And Tasha had some too.
And Tasha had some too.
Yes.
Tasha Poino. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we enjoyed that. Now, did you enjoy everyone sneaking in on your, whatever your thing? I'm sure you were fine with it, but it was delicious.
It was delicious. Yeah. Everything in moderation.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, if I'm
But I had my support system there supporting me eating this.
I mean, I think I even ordered it for you one night. So
You did.
is that a pusher? But
Yes.
you enjoyed it. It's
She
fine.
pushed me into it, Mike.
She's a feeder.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all right. There's those people out there too that just truly want to.
We can talk about that with if anyone's seen my 600-pound life with Dr. Now, and they always have an enabler.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
A pusher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that'd be a good podcast topic as well in the
That'll be
future.
a different one.
Yeah.
Tune in in the future for that one.
And we can loop in Mike as the health coach, so he'll go from producer
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mike is the pusher.
to health coach. He's not a pusher
not.
actually. No.
Yeah. I'll health coach it.
Unless it's McDonald's sausage burritos. But then he wants those all for himself.
Yeah.
Actually, recently we did just go to McDonald's. This is, off topic too, but we did just go there. But we didn't go there for anything except what, Mike?
The Happy Meals, because they have Crocs.
Crocs.
Yeah, they have Crocs.
For the toy.
A Croc toy.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Are those back again, Crocs?
I don't know if they're actually back again.
I don't think
but
they went away. I think it's...
Yeah.
In
He just
healthcare,
wanted-
they're really big.
Yeah,
Especially
I work
OR.
in healthcare, Mike.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, newsflash, everyone.
Newsflash. Yeah.
But no, that was that picture that I'd sent you about those
Yes.
10 French fries
Yes.
in the little container.
Yeah.
Like, this is really what like a serving size of McDonald's French fries should be.
Yeah.
Like, they were amazing. So again, you can have those things, and I'm still very conscious about what I eat, but I
Like 2
eat
pretzels.
I'll eat anything. 3 pretzels is probably my limit. Stop it. Just stop it.
So,
But again, having the support around you, whether it's
and I
sarcastic
thoroughly
support,
your 2 to 3 pretzel limit.
whether it's enduring support or whatever it is, you have to surround yourself with however you accept it.
Yeah.
And we want you to succeed.
Yes.
I do.
I do as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think find that support, find what kind of support you need, and
Even if it's a good bra
yes, absolutely.
or a girdle. I mean, I wore those, that compression shirt after my
surgery.
surgery. I needed the support.
Yeah, absolutely. So it can either
Can make or break your weight loss journey.
absolutely, yeah. So with that said, any comments again, please send them our way. We're happy to answer them for you. And
We're here to help you along your journey, to laugh with you, to cry with you, and to support you.
thank you, Jody, so much for
Thank you, Jody.
coming on and giving us your insight and your personal information. And we're so proud of you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much, and supporting us as a friend of the pod.
That's right.
So feel free to reach out. Everybody, listen to us on all social media. And until next
Like
time,
us, share,
like us, share
and-
us, yes.
Until next time, this is Amy,
And I'm Ben.
The Heavy Truth.
Bye.